You're welcome to today's episode. We are in episode 6. I'll be discussing about the image of scientific technology and the impact in our lives, in our day to day life. And with me in the studio, as usual, is.
You've always been calling me Emperor, so he's Emperor.
Yeah, okay, because I didn't want to use that, so you don't tell me your full
Ah,
name.
if they call you one name and you don't want to use it and they keep calling you the name,
Yeah,
you will in Yoruba they will say Wagba Kamuna Nina.
because I'm actually used to that. So, so like I said earlier, talking about the technology, the scientific technology, the impact in our lives, how it has been. We all know that the technology has changed and it has impacted into our lives in so many ways globally. Like a lot of things has transformed. And then when you talk about the technology, we have someone who has been in that profession for years, like a professor in that field. So
Ah, pro-
I like it too.
professor
Probably,
indeed. Professor,
probably
professor
tell
indeed.
us.
Hi guys, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, as Favour said, we are actually going to be looking at emergence of technologies
Yeah.
and how they've impacted our life, our everyday, lifestyle and all. And well, for me, I'm not that versatile in technology, but at the same time, I'm not an entity. Abi.
Definitely.
Okay, let's see. Let's see how much of the technology I actually know. But I know nothing. But I can use technology. So basically, we are going to be looking more of it from the end user perspective. So not from an expert perspective. So we are going to be looking at it. So I'm going to be more of the user. Okay, like, okay, I've been using this stuff for a while. How have they actually impact and change, my day to day activities and all? So, well, for as long as we know technology has been around for a very long time. So I would say it's been around tens of thousand years ago. So, because um, technology is simply in simplicity. It's actually like when you build something out of ordinary or out of extraordinary, you're able to put two or more components together to arrive to a particular function or features. That's simple technology. So we can look at it from perspective of where people make cartwheel. That's the technology. As at that time, it's easing a majority of people's work on how they go about their lifestyle. We've had the situation of um, what do we call it, where you lock two bulls together
Yeah.
and put some kind of heavy stuff behind them so that they can move it. So what they're moving, the wheel itself, even though it's made by wood and stuff, is still technology. The Tower of Babel, that's technology. The Egypt pyramids, those are technologies. So they might not be called the term technologies as at that time, or we might not see it as science as at that time, but they are actually technology, they are science and all. And of course, when we talk about science, the basic understanding of layman is you're talking about health science. So whereas there are so many parts and functions of science. So, but science generally in the first instincts of everyone is basically we are talking about being a nurse, a doctor, or a pharmacist, or stuff
Yeah.
like that. And of course, science is much more, way much more than that. So, but now that we now have the understanding of okay, this and that is technology, because every facet of our life, to the water that we drink, technology is applicable.
Definitely.
I remember I was speaking with one of my trainers. So we were talking about, what were we talking about? So we're talking about when mobile device first come into the picture. I'm talking about the portable mobile device now, not the old cellular and stuff. and how for me my own I hope my dad will not listen to this, but I know those who listen, some of them will go and tell him. It was like, no, I'm not going to use this. These are devilish instruments, you know. But I don't think he knows the number of mobile devices that he has used from that time till today. It's countless.
Yeah, sure.
So, which means either we like it or not, technology is here to stay. We as humans now need to find a way to live with it. And, I know of a church where we all know of the church where they're not allowed to watch TV and stuff like that. However, they have a cable satellite. Yeah.
But right now they've started watching.
Yeah, we know they've started watching now because they've seen, okay, this is now, these stuffs have come to stay. Yeah. And I was reading online couple of, I think last week or last few days, where one of the son of the prominent minister in Nigeria was saying, if you listen to secular music, if you are a, if you are a good Christian, you won't be listening to secular music and all and stuff
Yeah,
like
I
that.
came across that. So.
Yeah. So, well, I understand the angle where it's coming from. I understand. If we want to term the secular music as devilish or satanic, and or we just keep it as secular, we don't want to label it as satanic or stuff, whatever it is. But agree. We want to agree or connote that it's not Christian like, right? How about the phone that we carry? How about the internet where we've come to send that message? Do we know the technician that is in charge in the server room of the internet? Maybe he's a sadist or he's gay. We have no idea. So all this stuff, I don't want to go too deep into that because that's not why we are here. So all this stuff are here to stay. And either we like it or not, they are going to have some certain effect on our lives.
Definitely. And more are still coming.
Yeah, because right now we already have AI. Even there's still some they're trying to, um, like, how do I want to put it? Not monitoring per se, like putting some, restrictions and, seeing how, putting some terms and condition on the usage and stuff like that. But the bottom line is it's here to stay.
It is.
Either we like it or not. So I think what we need to do now is how do we navigate our day-to-day life by not letting all this stuff influences, or we won't say influence, but one way or the other they will influence, be the determinant factor of how we live our lives. Aside from people who their job or stuffs are social media marketing, um, ISO, whatever, content creators, that their livelihood depends on internet. How about or the rest of us? How about the rest of us? What do we need to do? What do you think we need to, do? How do we live our life and make sure we are the determinant factor of these technologies that are flouting around? Technology is here to stay. So, but I think one of the ways that it has it affects our lives on a daily basis. The popular aspect is just the internet. The internet. But there's much more to how technologies have been affecting our life, from hospitals, travels, domestics,
Air condition.
yeah, even the soap we use in washing clothes, everything,
Washing machine itself.
everything, basically
A lot of
everything.
things, yeah.
So it's here to stay, and it's when we are even music, speakers, headphones, all these stuffs are product of technologies.
Technology.
But having said all those stuff, I think we'll be looking more to the internet aspect. This is the general one,
Yeah.
and it's one of the one that majority things we talk about when we mention technologies,
Yeah.
anyways. So we've just tried to outline like there are some other aspects that technology is fully involved other than the internet. But looking at internet, I've come across quite a number of survey that kind of has like, okay, how long do you spend on internet in a day? 5 hours, 10 hours. Okay, out of the 10 hours, what were you doing? Are you watching a TV on internet, or you watching some random reels, or you are on social media? So then, if you say you're on social media, then they start asking again, is it Facebook or Instagram or this or that?
Twitter trade.
Yeah. So, but bottom line is we are on the internet. We
Digested.
basically cannot do without internet. An average person nowadays, we we rather spend all their entire money on a mobile device to get them on internet than do something else. That average person, other than Favor will not will not do that one.
What makes you think so? I do. I do more than that. Like, I do. I understand why you are laughing, but it's fine.
Don't worry, I'm not mocking you. This is not mock matter now.
Mhm.
It's just like we spend so much on these devices. You know, a device can cost up to like 1 million naira. It's not like it can cost; it cost over 1 million naira. Like the iPhone devices now cost over 1 million naira. Only God knows how much iPhone 15 is going to be. So, but still, even if it is 2 million naira, I know some of
Yeah,
us we still
we
find
still buy
money,
it,
go
definitely.
hungry for like 1 month or 2 months or thereabouts and buy it. You know, because it has become our life. It's become part of us.
Yeah. In norms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but my own assertion is we need to get ahead of it. We know we need to be the one controlling the time we spend on internet, on these technologies, these devices, not this stuff deciding how much time we spend on them. Right? It's
Yeah.
like we buy all these devices for your kids, then they mention parental control, even on TV. Like you can time it like, okay, this time. So even though we are the adults, you still be able to psychologically time ourselves on what and what we want to do on it at each point in time. So, and this is where most of us get it wrong. We would rather spend 10 hours watching some series on our device than doing a 1 hour training. We would rather gossip with someone on a video call for like 3 hours
Without getting tired.
without getting tired
Yeah.
than actually do something that is going to be profitable for our life, like some meditations, some affirmations, quite a number of them. No. So basically, what happened is we are at fault, letting device de- control our life because we are not getting ahead of it. At no point in time are we getting ahead of it.
Yeah, like you spoke about the internet. Apart from the positive part too, the negativity is something else. For example, cyberbullying. You see how it has become a norm. Like once I may just comment something innocently or something that you just okay, somebody will just start bullying you, saying some things, and it can be so devastating at times. As whom I may want to respond, and then unfortunately, if you meet somebody who is mentally derailed, you see that it's not going to end well. Another thing is invasion of privacy. Most time, if I'm working and somebody is holding phone, I have to hide my face. I don't want to appear on Insta blog or on social media without my permission or something. Because normally you see somebody walking and somebody will just have video like irrelevant things. Somebody might just be dressed, whether we are in spider or anything. But why would you on a norms just start recording someone? without the person's permission, or knowingly, all of a sudden you're seeing yourself on internet, on social media, like, you're eating, maybe the way you're eating now, all of a sudden somebody. So all those things, the negative part, this is where I'm just trying to emphasize on, like, it's not really cool. I think people who are just doing it, like, might just see somebody entering an apartment, you don't even know who the person is going to visit. You're recording and they're trying to tell me something else, like, because maybe it's a guy's place and all that. Like, it's getting out of, and this particular invasion of privacy, like the way people just take it, and you're just doing anything, you're laughing with someone, you're probably writing your phone number to give to, they don't even know if it's a business transaction, everything will just be twisted, changed. And internet has been very useful. We've learned a lot. It has been helpful. Like, even if I want to learn anything, I heard the word I don't know about. Of course, I go to the internet, I just check it. A lot of things. Even if I'm on Instagram, there are so many things I've saved that's been so helpful to me, and they're still helping me. A lot of things. I'm probably, when I apply that principle that I learned on social media, it's very helpful. So the technology part, a lot has changed. It is, like he stated, a lot of things. Now you don't even need to force yourself to start using your hands to wash clothes. Just put them in the washing machine. A lot of things, a lot. Even cars. Now there are some cars you can't even drive. You don't even need to turn the steering. You just probably use the remote. Just relax and it to take you to wherever place you're going.
We already have Tesla's taxi in Dubai
Oh,
now.
you
Now.
see.
So
I trust Dubai now. They're actually very classy in that they're always the first to innovate.
I was in one day. I was like, is this? Do I come in? Is this? Am I in a Tesla? Okay, this is a Tesla. This is a
No.
taxi.
Wow.
Okay,
Mm.
okay. There are ups and downs.
Yeah,
Anyways,
definitely.
everything generally there are ups and downs, and there are advantage and disadvantage, the pros and cons. Yeah. So I think internet has become a place of refuge for some people.
Yeah, it does.
They've made it become a place of refuge for them. They're unable to. The human connection is dwindling. It's dwindling.
Yeah.
So they're unable to communicate with they would rather come on internet to, I come across all these videos like you take your own phone, then you put it in front of you or a tripod or even probably with some green light, ring light, because we see this circle in their eyeball, so we know it's ring light. Then you start crying. So you prepare a mini studio for yourself
To cry.
to cry. No.
And
So
maybe when you did press record, I realized that you've cried for like 10 minutes. You have to start again to start afresh to
it's
cry.
become a place of refuge, a place of expression for a lot of people. You see some things on the internet, on TikTok and stuff. You feel like, but you watch this thing yourself when you finish recording and before you upload. You make those decisions, so then, and people tend to forget, like, internet there is no personal space. Once you put it out there,
It's a
you put
public thing,
yourself
yeah.
under scrutiny. So when people start dropping these comments, well, you make them drop this comment.
Exactly.
If I don't drop anything, there's no way you can place a comment.
Some will even drop and tell you that it's their private life and not. If it's private, you don't have dropped it there for the public to see.
They come to think of it now. I'm not being. I know some people will come and don't drop anyway. Drop comments. I'm going to apply what I'm about to say. You post something, someone drop an unwanted comment. Delete it. Delete it. It's your page. You have rights. You have access to
Can
delete
even block
it.
the person if the person
Delete, block the person.
Exactly.
Simple. Bam. Well, the blocking too. Because I was listening to a comedian. I think he's a US comedian. So he was being comic about it. What happened is, he has something in his mind. He wants to tell his mom. So he went on Facebook and tell his mom, "Mom, what the heck are you doing? This guy used some vulgar words." Then somebody dropped a comment under his post, like, "How are you talking to your mother like that?" Then he signed out and signed back in as another person. Then reply to his own comment. Man, are you? No, that's not how it goes. No, this is how it goes. He has something he wants to say to his mother. So he used somebody's S, like a dummy account, to say something vulgar about the mother, then what kind of son will it be if he cannot defend his mom? Then he sign in with his own account to and tell that guy, the
Yeah,
arranged guy,
exactly.
like, who the heck are you? How can you be talking to my mom like that? You understand? Then he sign out
I use the
again.
other one.
Use the other one.
Yeah.
Then his wife come under the same post and comment, why are you talking to my mother-in-law like that? Then he quickly log out again and sign in as the vulgar guy. And because he's been wanting to say something to the wife and he cannot say it directly. So he used that account to say to the wife, like, who the heck are you? This, then use some vulgar word like, oh, you need to hit the gym, you need to do this. Why are you looking so this, that? Maybe you should be taking good care of your husband. You don't know how to talk to a man.
Oh my God. That's
He's the one talking to
I
his
understand.
wife, yeah? So, and that's what internet has come into. And that's why the talk is now like, believe at your own risk.
And that's just it.
You know, believe anything you see on internet
That's
at your
just
own
it.
risk. You know. And people want to look fine, they want to look beautiful, and that's why they apply all these filters and all to the images, the videos, every literally thing they post online. Stuff. I remember when I was still working as photographer then, you know, people like blank photos. But for me, I like more of portrait photos. So when I do some photos, it's only people who actually like that, that's actual stuff, that appreciate it. And they're actually willing to pay more than the ones that want bling bling. So for me, I don't want to edit a picture and it doesn't look like me anymore.
Same here too.
This is not
Love
me.
it natural,
I'm not the one in the photo. People that know me cannot see that photo and quickly pick like, this is me. No, don't do that. Just make it me. Like, this is who I am. No.
There are some pictures you'll be like, when you now see the person in reality, this
This
is not you.
Like,
So
it's
much
not just
like,
you.
No.
And these are how we've been letting all these technologies, all this stuff affect our life. We are not getting ahead of them. They become the determinant factor of how our life goes.
That's just it.
Because it's not real. It's not reality. This is some fantasy that we've decided to live in. You are there hiding behind your keypads, talking to someone that you cannot even stand in presence of that person to mention
that's so
the word. So
that's cyberbullying.
Why, that's not even that's stupidity of the highest order.
And by the time you meet them in reality, see them like they will not be so humble, begging, and some of them even have like 5 accounts. So by the time you even block one, they switched over to another one just to spit some
And they say
trash.
if you talk about it, they will just tell you like they're having fun. What sort of fun? You are
a lot of
degrading
accounts,
yourself. Like you are. I don't know how to put it.
I've come across some when they want to do like giveaway, they will just be like, okay, somebody has won 200,000. Meanwhile, they use the other account to win it.
So you are doing giveaway for yourself.
Exactly. They'll be like, they've given someone 1 million, and in reality, it's not even they are still the ones cashing out. A lot of them like that.
Audio money. Me, I will not.
That's why when you said,
let me go and open 10
what
accounts and do giveaway and win, and win all my money back. It's abstractly it makes no sense
at all.
It makes no sense. But hey, what do we know? It's the world we are living in. It's the world we are living in, because you see these events online, then you start maybe a wedding, for example. Then you start imagining yourself in that same wedding dress, especially for women. Start imagining yourself in that. You cannot afford it. Your boyfriend cannot afford it.
Same with the guys. They always see some designers and they also imagine themselves in that kind of designer suit, Turkish suit, Italian suit.
See, I wear designer.
Okay.
But what's the brand? No one can tell.
It doesn't mean he's still. But you can tell.
I can tell.
Sure.
Why? Because it's for me. Many people don't understand some certain factor, like when you do some certain things, you are the priority. You should do it for yourself, for your own happiness, for your own joy, for your own
Leisure, like.
mental strength. You know, personally, I have no objection with it on it. I have no nothing against it. You want to wear a Louis Vuitton, and you want the Louis Vuitton to be big on your chest, by all means, go ahead. If it makes you feel good, you know. But don't treat another person that is wearing maybe the same Louis Vuitton without the label Louis Vuitton, but because you don't know,
If it's even a bigger brand than that,
and
so
you have no idea,
that's true.
and you tend to treat that person based on what they are wearing and all, and people make all this mistake because they let all this stuff be the determinant factor in their lifestyle, in their everyday lifestyle. And it's just of all what we see online. Everything we see online. You know you cannot afford this stuff, but you see it. You rather run into debt to get it done.
That's the most devastating
If,
part
if
of
it
it.
is bank debt, should be that one good.
And a lot of them do that. I came across
You
someone
borrow
who
from
borrowed
your
like
friend.
10 million just for wedding.
How can you borrow 10 million naira for? How can you borrow 1 naira for wedding?
He borrowed. And he's still paying after some
Of
years.
course,
Like
you will
they've not
still be
finished.
paying now. Say
Ah,
you will not pay.
goodness.
You do not borrow to build house. At
Just
least
for
know what
wedding.
you borrow for. You borrow to do wedding. It's not even the wedding that you borrow to do. You borrow to feed people.
Maybe hoping that you'd have recovered more
What are
than
you
that.
recovering? Is it a
Unfortunately,
business, ne?
unfortunately, such
It's
did
not
not
a business
happen.
now. You are borrowing money to do a wedding. You are borrowing money to do an event, irrespective of what the event is.
No, is that of
You
it?
don't do that. You don't borrow money for an event, especially when the event is like you are feeding people.
Exactly.
So by yourself, you wake up one day. Thank you, God, I wake up today. And you decide, okay, I want to gather 100 person into one beautiful hall that I'm going to pay for with AC. Then I'm going to give them drink and food, and they will go home. And the following week, I'll be looking for money to pay my rent. It's stupidity.
Okay. Very, very.
And it's just because of public acceptance, societal pressure, peer pressure. You know, we let all this stuff come to us, and it's by the factor of what we see. What we see. Because we've seen those stuff online, offline, wherever it is we see it, and we've had the imagery on our head, in our head, and we want to make it a reality for us. And most of this stuff is not something that can lead to us being successful.
That's
It's
all.
something that is going to add more burden to our life. And we do it on a daily basis, every now and then. It's what we do. So we just need to find a way, a measure to, get ahead of this stuff, be in charge of our life, because we can do better.
Definitely.
We can do better. Some of us that we even work in, IT, I don't think we spend so much time on screen like end users.
Oh, really?
Majority of the time, we do this thinking. No, we might even sit on the screen, maybe doing something. We're trying to figure out how to solve a problem, how to do some troubleshooting, how to. It's not like we are there. We're there reading emails, doing all this stuff, blah blah. We're not there watching movie. That's why sometimes for me now, sometimes when I want to watch movie, I just sit down. The only thing I'm doing at that time is I'm watching that movie. No. But it becomes norms. We need to accept that. Okay, these are norms. Okay, this is the new world. And it is what it is. But we need to find a way. And not letting all this stuff get to us or define us. Define how we behave, how we talk, how we address issues, how we treat stuff. No. I've seen people now, instead of get a cloud, but no, pay for a cloud. When you pay for a cloud, You want to put your kid's picture in on the online on the cloud. Put it on the cloud. Your eyes only. I've seen people now opening Instagram account for their babies.
Yeah. And they'll be the one commenting on it.
You be the one posting there. You are the one commenting there.
Exactly.
You are
You're
the
the
one
one saying
liking the
thank you,
comment there.
mommy, thank
You
you,
are the one
daddy.
saying everything.
They did.
What is the meaning of all this? I understand. It gives them joy. It makes them happy. But how on earth are you showing every step of the way? It's not like your child is some celebrity child. Even celebrities are trying to keep their child away from social media. And you are taking pictures, videos of that child every step of the way as that child is growing, dumping them on internet for people to see. Which people are going to pay for the child bills that you are trying to satisfy with the child's picture? That maybe I'm too traditional, or I'm
No, no,
too
no, 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 not at all.
I'm acting like
Not at
Odin those
all.
people. But
Not at
it
all.
just doesn't make it doesn't resonate with me. It just doesn't make any sense. Fine, you see, come across some kids picture online, you say, turn yourself to siren. What are these comments that I usually read whenever I see baby picture?
My office.
My ovaries, my womb, my this,
Yeah.
my that. You are just 21 years old, or you are even 17. You are doing my ovaries, my ovaries. So all this stuff, they all amount to how we are letting this stuff control us, how this stuff are basically affecting our lifestyle. And it's not just our lifestyle, it affects our mental health. It messed us up. It completely messed us up because it defined our thinking. It even defined our dream. You discover
That's
like
true.
majority of what you when you sleep at night, majority of what you dream of is probably what you read on the internet that you
Exactly.
feed your head with. Then in the night while you are sleeping, your brain is trying to process everything. Then it starts creating some imagery in you. That imagery is what you are seeing. You
Exactly.
believe you are having one dream. Which dream are you having?
Especially when you already saved the video of what you saw. So maybe as you're even trying to sleep, you're watching it over and over again, and
You watch one movie and you sleep, you see yourself as one of the character of that movie. As if you're on set when they were shooting it. All this stuff indirectly messed us up. It messed us up. So, but it is what it is.
Wait.
It's come and it's here to stay. But we need to get ahead of it and make sure it doesn't define us. I was reading something, I think this morning? I think this morning. This morning, yeah. It's in US and they were talking about the American legislature trying to remove the word wife from the constitution.
Hmm.
No, you hear all this stuff here and there. You ask a question: what is going on with our word? What the heck is going on with our word? What else do we want? As if Twitter is not enough, now we have Thread. For what purpose?
Who knows when they'll invent tomorrow?
What is it? What is it that they are doing on Thread
That you cannot do on
that you
Instagram.
cannot do on? No, let's even leave Instagram, that you cannot do on Twitter. Even me that I'm talking, I've already opened Thread because I want to see what is going on there, what makes it different. I don't want
Same here
people
too.
telling me. I want to experience it like, okay, what is it? What is it? And when I discovered like that thing did not even have DM.
I've not even checked.
It
Oh,
did not even
wow.
have DM.
I've not checked.
So what is the Thread? Thread. I trust Nigerians now. We already turned it to Taylor. Yeah,
That's
okay.
the same thing with this. There something at all, cook-a-thon, and everything is just like
Yeah, now. No, good. I think Guinness Book of Record, they
yeah,
forget we are 200 million people. And it still doesn't make any
that's
sense
all. They're
because
just overdoing it.
it's not Nigerians that are overdoing atoms. It's Guinness Book of Record that are trying to catch cruise with Nigeria.
All
Are
right.
they saying Indians don't provide more atoms? China don't provide more? Are you seeing the weird records that those guys are getting? Why is Guinness Book of Records, GWR, not telling those ones like they should put a note to it? Why?
Maybe because Nigeria is just that, though it has been actually, but I think this time around, and after the lady won that, so
There's nothing this time around after the lady do this, do that. It's I
it,
don't know what is going on with GWR or how their modus operandi is, but for me, it doesn't make. I'm sure like there is no amount of application that Nigerians want to send in that is up to the ones 1 billion people are sending. So if they don't have a facility in Nigeria, they don't have GWR
tomorrow.
Nigeria, is that's what they should say, that they don't have the facility to monitor it, that they have more people in those parts of the world that can take care of stuff, activities like this, even be there when they are doing the attempt, because naturally a representative of GWR should be there when they are making their attempt. So there are situations whereby they will not be there and they will be there. So depending on their manpower or something like that. But it still doesn't matter. That's I don't even want to, because because it makes no sense. If 100 people want to do cookathon, let them do
Yeah,
cookathon.
that's just it.
Is there no one that is doing which athon? This one is doing massage athon.
She fainted,
And she
right? And one is doing cryathon.
I'm
And
hearing
how smile,
5,000 hours of prayer-athon.
uh, smile at on a lot
So
of
which
things.
means it's now coming into religion again. Why do I, even if we want to do 5,000 hours of prayer-athon, why do I have to bring it up with GWR?
Exactly.
No,
And you not be praying with your camera recording you like
who am I praying to?
that's the stuff.
Who am I praying to? And these are things that we are talking about. How let internet literally determine everything we want to do. I understand they are going to make money from it.
Sure.
Of course, what God cannot do does not exist. It's making money. The organization is making money every day.
Yeah, they do.
And
Massively.
and people, there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And people are, the problem I have with it is like people sneak out of office to go and watch. All this while that we have watched, what has happened to that country, Nigeria?
And if anything happens, or maybe the person is being fired now and he or she becomes
Hey, we
jobless.
go and pray another what God cannot NSSPD now. You know, there is always nothing wrong with what we want to do, but we will always find a way to abuse it.
Exactly. And overdo it. Like, it can be
How
so-
can a teacher that you're supposed to be in school at 8 o'clock to go and teach, the students are there waiting to do your job when you are supposed to do it? How can you be in a church at the same time praying for whatever it is you are praying for? You have to do your best and leave the rest for God. Do we think God is dumb? In Yoruba, we say, "A máa ń fi wèrè pe Ọlọ́run." No. Do we think he's dumb?
What does that mean?
It means that we assume that God is dumb.
Okay.
We think he doesn't know what he's doing.
Some don't even pray, but they are massively blessed.
He's
like so.
giving us 6 days to do the work. 6 days. Work. No food. And you have to do your job diligently. That's why it says a diligent man will stand before kings and not before mere men. You have to do your job diligently. Do your job. The job that you are being paid to do. The money can be small, but while you are there, you do it. Every other thing will come after. But no, we will leave that and be praying for some miracle that happens to 1 in 1 million people. Because that is why it is miracle in the first place, because it's not normal. It's not a normal thing. It doesn't, this thing that we term as miracle, that means it's not a normal procedure of normal order of things, of how things should happen.
I've learned a new one.
That's why it's called miracle, because it's surprising. It's not meant to be, but one way or the other, it be. That's why it's miracle. Oh, someone is sick, the doctor is not able to, and he comes to church, he goes to mosque, he goes to whatever, he prayed and God healed him. It becomes a miracle. But if you have a slight headache and all you need is a paracetamol, and you are not using the paracetamol, and you are
If you
saying you are expecting a miracle.
some go and get their holy water and just drink or their olive oil and apply. Sorry,
No,
no.
I'm not saying all this stuff do not work
I
before people
understand
skin me
that's just
alive.
of
But I'm saying we have to do the needful. I was born into a very, traditional church. You know, I was born cherubim seraphim. I was a born cherubim seraphim. I think till tomorrow I will still be.
definitely.
So I understand all these procedures, everything, and how people are just so gullible with all this stuff, and it still comes down to living what we are supposed to do and letting something else be a determinant factor, for our life. Yeah. And we just need to find a way to balance everything. Find a way to make sure, okay, this is how much time I want to spend on this. This is how much time I need to spend on my training. This is how much time I need to spend on my work. This is how much time I need to spend to rest. We don't even rest.
That's
You are
all.
supposed to sleep. You are not sleeping. You are on the internet. What are you doing? Internet will be there tomorrow.
That's the
You
thing.
cannot finish using it today. It will be there next day. It will be there next week. It will be there next year. It will always be there. It has come to stay.
That's where some organizations, once you just like resume work, you just get into the office, the premises, you submit your phone. They don't even let you touch it till the close of work. So you just when you come, you focus on whatever thing you came for work. So when you start work, let's say by 8, you resume at 8 a.m., you're not even near your phone till maybe that 6 p.m. or 4 p.m. you will close. So some people give that rules because of the way people abuse it. Like once you are this stuff, it to be even more. When you go to the bank, you see a banker instead of attending to your customer can she's busy pressing phone. Why some see all that?
Well, it is
So
what it is. It is what it
that's
is.
the internet part, and a lot of
So,
things it has cost. So
uh, well, I just hope people will start taking charge of their lives, you know, taking charge and start living in reality. You need to live in reality. People live as if they are, as if their life is like fairy tale. No, they live in the novels they read, the movies they watch, the pictures of celebs or whoever it is they see online. They live in that horizon. And people need to check themselves. And that's why you see youths engaging in some things that they are not supposed to. It's not easy out there.
it's
I
not,
understand.
yeah.
The out there is like the whales eating the shark eating the sea lion eating the smaller fishes. The big one, we always eat the small one. Yeah, we understand that. That's why we need to be more, more efficient, more ahead of what we want to do and stuff. God help us. God help us all
Amen.
of us,
Amen.
all, all of us actually.
Amen. So
So
conclusively, what advice? Just like you said a lot, and of course you also gave them the advice, but conclusively, that's summary part of it. Like, what do you have to tell them? Like,
there's no advice because even the advice, I'm going to be advising myself too. We are all guilty of it.
definitely we are
We
in
are all
one way or
guilty
the
of it,
other.
but
Not.
we just have seniority among ourselves. Some of us, some of us are still at level 1, so and we like that level. We hardly even respond to messages. Some of us, we hardly respond to messages.
I do respond. Of course,
See, me, message can be there for this.
no. Unless if I just want to deliberately ignore
Some of
some,
us,
but yeah.
but at the same time, you know, I think we just need to find a way to time ourselves. Even on iPhone now, there's a screen time or feature on it where it can tell you how much time you actually spend on some certain applications. You can know, okay, I'm spending too much time on this, too much time on that, too much time on this, or what is it that I'm doing. So I think we'll all be fine. We'll all be fine.
Definitely
Yeah.
will.
So I think thanks for today.
Thank you too for joining us. So get ready for the next episode, which is gonna be a bomb. Don't worry, we'll not give you a clue now, but just watch out.
She'll go and do some. She already did the research anyway.
You are my
So,
box, and I'm learning from you. So
me, okay, what do I know?
ah,
What do I know? Small boy like me.
I hear.
All right, thank you guys. See you at the next episode.